Ever wondered how your code prints same thing again and again without writing your printf statement for multiple times? So let's learn a core important automation tool in C language, which is called loops in C. So hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. So today we are going to understand what is loop, why we use them, and what are the types and what are the working of their types. And by end of this video you will be able to write any loop condition confidently. So without wasting time, let's get started. So basically we have a three types of loop. First one is for loop, uh, right? First is the for loop, second one is your while loop, and the third one is do while loop, right? What's the basic difference between all of them? The for loop and the while loop both are entry control loop, which means in order to execute the loop, you first need to check the condition and then only you are able to execute particular piece of code which you have written inside the loop, right? But in case of do while loop, you have an opportunity to execute that piece of code even for the once. Why? Because it is exit control loop. But what it mean, like it check condition after first it will execute the piece of code, right? So let's see the syntax one by one. Let's go with the for loop, right? So in case of for loop, what we have a three phases. First is initialization. I think it is for all of the loop. Like first is initialization, then second is your condition checking statement, and the last one is the increment phase, right? Like first you initialize like from where you are going to start your loop, then second is the condition, like how much till you want to print, and the last is the increment, like how much increment you want. For example, let's say I assign you a task to print a number from 1 to 100. So don't you think it doesn't make sense if you use printer for 100 times, because it is just like it's a repetitive task and it is not an efficient. Let's say you write 100 statements, right? Which fines, what if the requirement came and you have to write 10,000 print statement, 10,000, like 1 to 10,000 numbers, so it doesn't make more sense, right? In such cases loops help us a lot. So let's see the example. For example, let's say I want to print number from 1 to 10. So what exactly I do, I just simply start loop. First is initialization, so I will do it's like 1. It is initialization, I'm telling that my loop is starting from 1, and the second is the condition, and I want the loop to run till 10, and I increment by 1. You have a possibility to, you can increment it by 2, 3, 4 based on your requirement, but I want my loop to run from 1 to 10, and between them I want to print all the number, yeah, in this series, ith number. Let's keep it simple, just do percentage slash n, so that the next thing will come in the next line, and just execute this code. You see, uh, okay. So let's see, uh, so this is the code through which we are able to execute or print a number from 1 to 10. We do, if you see, we are not writing a printer statement for 10 times or for even for more, right? We are just using this particular loop which actually helping us to solve this particular problem by just writing this piece of code. And how exactly is working, like this is our initialization phase where we are starting with, like from which number we want to start. This is the conditional check, which indicates that till how much steps or till how many numbers we actually want to run this particular loop. And this is the increment where I'm linearly incrementing my value, like 1 plus 1, right? If you want, you can change it to 2, 3, whatever number you want. So let's see, 1, 3, 5, 7, all the odd numbers are coming. So this is actually the way of using for loop, right? Let's print something so that it make more sense. uh, Numbers, right, using for loop, right? It, I think it make more sense here. let's see the syntax for the while loop, right? So take a variable called as j. We are initializing it with 0, or you can say 1, because we just have to print number from 1 to 10. Then here we check the condition j less than equal to 10, right? So this is the actually phase in while loop where we actually define the condition, and if it is satisfied, then we print a %d slash n with j, right? And after that we do the same increment. If you see, we are doing the same stuff. Initialization, where we initialize it to 1. Condition check which we are doing here is like j is less than equal to 10. And increment, which we are doing after executing the piece of code. Let's print a statement which help us to like better understand that this output is coming by using while loop. Numbers using while loop. Let's run the code. You see, this is the output which is actually coming from the while loop, and the output is coming from a for loop. You see, we have added a gap of 2, but here we are just incrementing it linearly. So this is the output of coming which is coming from a while loop. Let's see how the syntaxes look like for a do while loop, because it's something different from these loops, right? So let's write a statement like numbers using do while loop. Here what we do, uh, like as you see, we only have these three conditions. So here what we are actually do, we do the simply like initialization. Let initialize the value of j to again a 1, so that we can use the same j here as well. Then we start our loop, we execute our statement, right? uh, and then we increment our value, and once it's all done, then we have a conditional check here where we do less than equal to 10. So this is basically the difference between the do while loop. Initialization is equal, there is no conditional check. First we are executing the piece of code, then we are going like first we do initialization, then we increment, and then we go to the condition checking, right? If I execute, you see the output 1 to 10, right? So this is coming from a while loop where we are actually printing the values of this. What if, yeah, so this is what the loops are used for. Every loop doing the same thing, but have the different sort of structure to write the code. And if you, maybe you ask like, but why we are using three different loops if all of them are doing the same work? So let me tell you what their use case is. In case of for loop, like we generally use for loop when we know the range. Let's say in this case I told you to print a number from 1 to 110, or maybe 100, so you know the range. Then in such cases for loop is most suitable, right? You should definitely use for loop if such kind of scenario is come, right? What about the do while loop, right? Or no, sorry, while loop. While loop is useful when you don't know the range. Like you can use when you know the range, like while loop or other loop you can use. But the best case is when you don't exactly know the range, but you are depending upon some condition. For example, let's say you are working on stack data structure, like, so you don't know the size of the stack, but you know when the stack is going to empty. So you apply the condition like is empty or something, right? And you are just executing your while loop again and again. In such cases you exactly don't know how many elements a stack is contained, but you know when it's going to be empty. So in such scenario you can use like while loop. In such cases for loop doesn't make more sense, because you actually don't know the upper limit, right? So in these such cases while loop is more make more sense. And in case of do while loop, you can use do while loop in various conditions, in various cases, similar to like the while loop, right? But make sure whenever you have a range, try to use for loop. And whenever you don't know the range but you have some sort of condition, then you should definitely use while loop. and same case for the do while loop as well. So this is all about loops in C language. It actually help you to reduce the redundancy of code and make your code more efficient. So I will give you one assignment. Just print the like multiplication of any number using any of the loop and drop the comment in the video. So I will love to watch what you learn from this video. So this is all about this video. So thanks for watching, and I hope you learn about something new concept. And yeah, bye bye, take care.